guess we can start off with why I want to start a podcast. And I think that in the last couple years, I've gotten away from doing music, making clothes, making designs, and just creating. And I see this as a way for me to get back to more of my creative self. And I think that it'll be fun uh, just to talk about things that I enjoy, to have fun, to crack jokes, but also kind of breaks up the monotony, kind of do things for myself um, outside of work. I found that in these last couple of years, my life has been surrounded by things that aren't necessarily for me, but for other people, meaning work has taken up a lot of my time. Um, Trying to enjoy California as much as I have in the last couple years. It seems like every weekend out and about doing things. Um, Recently got married in the last 6 months. So, with work taking up so much of my time, all my free time usually goes towards Rachel, my wife, or sports, or just something else that, you know, uh, breaks up the monotony. But I find more and more that I do things that are not just for me. And what I used to do um, was make music that was just for me, uh, make designs, clothing, coming up with ideas. All this was just me hanging out in my room, doing things that I found were fun. And it was kind of like an added bonus if other people thought it was cool, appreciated it, or wanted a shirt, or wanted to listen to a song, or said they liked a song or not. That was kind of the added bonus. But traditionally, and in the history of my life, I feel as though I've kind of spent a lot of time on my own with my own thoughts and my own ideas. And so I think that starting a podcast is a new avenue to make sure that I do stuff for me, discuss things that I want to talk about, and it'll be really be that creative outlet. I'll have to try to find new things to talk about, something to be passionate about, something to be dedicated and disciplined about. I'm super interested in those type of things, and also it'll also be something to build and to get better at. I know that I'm gonna suck in these first episodes, and I think that I'll look back on this episode and the first bunch of episodes and say, "Man, you're not that good, dude." But I think that as I stay committed to it, as I try to find ways to get better, find ways to get more engagement and get more people to listen, um, I think that it's all part of something that you can work on a craft and get better at. I'm getting to that age where playing sports is not really uh, in my age bracket anymore. Um, a huge part of my first 30 years of living has been focused around sports, about getting better at a sport by getting stronger, faster, quicker, coaching, um, getting better as a coach, helping develop other players. It's always been a lot about getting better at something, finding ways to reach people, help people, and work on a craft. And a lot of my life has been like that. But since I'm getting a little bit older, I'm playing less and less sports. I'm getting that itch to be competitive still. I still have that itch to get better at something, to be disciplined at something. Um, and even though I tried to get better at things at work, um, I like to do things that are for me. Um, Once, when I was a little bit younger, I always kind of made it a point to try to do something every single day for me. I've found out very, very early on that through college and these first few years of working in the corporate world, that you spend so much time doing stuff for other people. Uh, at work, you work 8, 10, 12 hours a day uh, to make the team better that you're on, to get better at, to be a better employee, things like that. And then you go home and you make yourself dinner. Maybe you throw on some Netflix and you forget about growing as a person and growing in some aspect. So I think that this will scratch that itch to continuously get better at something. And it's going to be a challenge. There's going to be times where I don't want to do it. I have nothing to talk about, and I'm just going to have to freestyle. And hopefully, I get good at freestyling to where it's entertaining enough for people to listen. I'm hoping that eventually this will be a way for me to connect with new people, connect with people that I knew but didn't really know, and also reconnect with my friends. Because since I live in California, most of my friends and family and all the people I used to talk to are pretty distant. I only have a handful of people that I still talk to, and I still don't talk to them enough because, like I said, it's a lot of work, hanging out with Rachel. And even though I do try to call people, um, I feel like it's not enough. So I'm hoping that this also gives me an excuse to talk to the people that I used to talk to more often, used to see more often. Um, Even though I can be uh, a person that likes to have a lot of alone time in a room by himself, there is a big part of me that misses being a little bit more social and connect with people. So I'm hoping that as time goes by, um, I can look back on this podcast and say, uh, this made my life better in a bunch of different ways. Um, so, yeah, that's why I want to do the podcast. That's why I'm jumping into this thing. I don't know that many people that do podcasts that I grew up with or my center of influence. It's kind of a hard thing to get into because it's so it makes yourself vulnerable, and I'm a little bit worried about that. um I feel that I'm a person that historically people have had a hard time reading me, and but I feel as though I've always been a person that some people respect my opinion, respect the way that I look at the world and my different perspectives and things like that. And my whole entire life I've been that person that people go to for advice and good conversation, deep conversation. So I think this could be something that's cool, that could be fun. Um, and yeah, it can make me a little bit vulnerable. I'm a little bit worried about people at work um, finding this and thinking it's weird. Um, Even though I'm not very, I've always been doing weird things, making music for since I was 16, 17 years old. That was always weird at the time. I mean, a lot of people try to make music now, but no one was doing it when I started doing that stuff, making music videos now that are a little bit cringy, but no one was doing that stuff, really putting themselves out there. So I'm okay with doing something that's a little bit out of the box and what other people would be uncomfortable doing. I think I'm a little bit fearless in that way. So yeah, I think that it's going to be fun. And I'm excited to do this first episode and, see how it goes. But I need to stay disciplined. I need to do it every single week. The goal is to release an episode, I think every Tuesday, and talk to people or talk to what's going on, what I want to talk about. It's not going to be something that's super precise, as in, what is this about? It's just about what I want to talk about, what I want to have fun with. And hopefully that you guys and all the people and other people can um, appreciate it and like it.